Did you know that over 80% of people suffer with digestive issues like leaky gut, but it actually affects their whole body and not just digestion itself? We all hear the terminology leaky gut thrown around, but what exactly is it and how could it be the underlying cause of our health issues that we have today? Today I'm going to be taking you guys through and sharing with you 5 signs of leaky gut and 5 easy steps that you can start implementing right now to help get rid of gas, bloating, inflammation, to help you lose weight and start healing that gut microbiome. These 5 steps are going to help balance your gut microbiome and establish good gut health. If you guys don't know me, I'm Elizabeth with ElizabethAylorFitness. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I'm there every single day in my stories with tons of content for you guys. And I'm here to show you guys so much information on wellness, gut health, training, nutrition. So make sure to subscribe for 3 new videos every single week. I want you to think of your intestinal lining, your gut, as like a hose that runs from your mouth all the way down. Your food goes through it, okay guys? So this hose is your intestines. And inside your intestines, what you have is you have your intestinal lining, think of your hose. You have these epithelial cells, okay? These are your barrier cells. And in these cells, you have little tiny, almost like braces. And these are going to be the tight junctions. When these tight junctions get damaged, it allows for pathogens, toxins, everything to pass through into your bloodstream, which triggers inflammation in the body, an immune response, and that immune response has to go, okay, these are good invaders, these are bad invaders, separate them so that they don't get those going to your cells. What happens is these endothelial cells, they are the transporters. They help with absorption and assimilation of your nutrients. They help with protecting your body from these invaders going through. And they help with electrolyte imbalance, immune function, just so much. And when they become damaged due to antibiotic use, stress, lack of exercise, poor diet, vitamin deficiencies, parasites, bacteria, overgrowth, then those tight junctions, they open up, and then your food particles, undigested protein, pathogens enter into that bloodstream where we trigger, again, your immune response, and those have to go and fight that. And this is essentially what leaky gut is. You have your hose, you get damage to the villi, pathogens, toxins leak through, they go into your blood, trigger inflammation, your immune system has to kick on and have to separate, okay, this is good, okay, this is a pathogen, and separate it so that it doesn't go into the body, okay? When this happens and you're not absorbing your nutrients, you're getting imbalances in the body, this could trigger a host of problems that aren't exactly just bloating. They could come through as skin issues. And I'm gonna start off by taking you guys through 5 signs of leaky gut or increased intestinal permeability. The first sign of leaky gut is going to be skin issues such as eczema, rosacea, acne on your face. I used to have scabs on my scalp. That was a huge one for me, even psoriasis. And people don't understand your skin is actually the largest organ of the body. It helps remove toxins. Your gut is linked to your brain. When you're having imbalance of microbes due to past antibiotic use, which kills off the good and bad bacteria, or having redness as well as inflammation in certain areas of the face is actually linked to different organs in the body, such as our liver and kidneys, and all of those are associated again with digestion. So when you are dealing with things such as inflammatory skin conditions, eczema, like I said, rosacea, acne, a lot of things could be triggered from the gut, having the imbalance of good and bad bacteria. Again, it could be, you're getting chronic yeast infections, you've been antibiotic use. And then it also could be due to a nutrient absorption issue and even a food sensitivity issue, as we talked about, when all of your nutrients aren't getting absorbed because of the tight junctions being expanded, you're gonna have imbalances in the nutrients that you're absorbing because it's leaking through, as well as you are gonna be getting a lot of undigested foods to go through, which could trigger food sensitivities and allergies. When I was growing up, I had eczema, rosacea, eczema all over my body. I had rosacea, my cheeks were bright red. I even had splits all through my lips. I used to have to use the steroid creams. And then I would get a lot of scalps on my skin. And big triggers for me when I was younger was dairy and gluten. Cutting those things out, especially the dairy, literally had to transform my skin, as well as doing different things to replenish the good and bacteria as well. The second sign of leaky gut or increased intestinal permeability is going to be multiple food allergies and sensitivities. So when you have damage to that intestinal lining, okay, like we talked about through diet, stress, through past antibiotic use, when those villi are damaged, you have undigested protein and possibly pathogens and antigens that are going to be leaking through the bloodstream. This triggers the inflammatory response. Some people have that happening and it keeps triggering that inflammatory response, and what happens is you feel like you're having a food reaction, a sensitivity to all of those foods. That's why a big thing that I work with my clients is, once we figure out what the underlying issue, is it a parasite, yeast, whatever it is, it's making sure to support the gut lining to help heal the gut lining so that we're not having all these indigested food particles to pass through, causing these food allergies. And I will put below, I did a whole video on my whole protocol I did to heal my gut. I had severe H. pylori, SIBO, leaky gut, all of that, and I will put that in the description below for you guys if you want to check it out. The third sign of leaky gut or increased intestinal permeability is going to be chronic fatigue. What I mean by this is you feel like you have no energy, like you need alarms, multiple alarms to get you up. Energy throughout the day is not there, and you just feel weak, unmotivated, and almost depressed. And what happens is when you have digestive issues going on, you guys know that you have that chronic inflammation going on. When you're having intestinal permeability and the holes are leaking, your body's not able to transport your nutrients from your food, help with the absorption, the assimilation, and get those into your cells. So if your cells aren't functioning properly because you're having these imbalances in your essential fatty acids, in your vitamins A, D, all your fat-soluble vitamins, as well as you're not getting all your minerals, your energy is going to be low. And if you're already stressed out about all of, your health issues or life things and things are going on, because we all deal with stress, your body already is going to be increased in cortisol, which depletes your B vitamins. And if you're not getting in, again, absorbing all of your nutrients, getting in through your food because you have the intestinal permeability issue, you're going to become depleted and you're going to start feeling chronic fatigue, low energy, and even things like joint pain and arthritis pain. My fourth sign of a leaky gut or increased intestinal permeability is going to be depression, anxiety, and mental disorders. And this is something that I struggled with so much growing up, and crazy enough, it was actually very high when I was on dairy and I had all the rosacea and the eczema and wasn't focusing on my gut and doing things that were triggering the inflammation. So I just want to start it off with saying your gut is your second brain. I truly believe in the mind-gut connection. If you're in a state in your life where you are under chronic stress, fight or flight, you're just go, go, go. And I don't mean how you handle the stress. I mean the true stress. Low calories is a stress. Over exercising is a stress. Not sleeping enough, all of those trigger our stress response. That increase in cortisol, it's going to deplete the body, but also if you're having a lot of anxiety about your gut, what happens? That gut, the brain. So you start getting digestive issues, the gas, the bloating. And then what happens is when your gut doesn't feel good, and then you stop going to the bathroom and get constipated, or you have the opposite, you run to the bathroom, Then you start getting anxiety because that gut-brain connection. When your gut doesn't feel good, your brain doesn't feel good. Other ways that depression, anxiety, mental health issues can be linked to that is, like I just talked about, if you're not absorbing and assimilating your nutrients because of all of the tight junctions being gapped and things going through them and not absorbing immediately into your cells, then you're going to start getting the vitamin, the mineral deficiencies, the fat-soluble vitamins, and all of these it's chronic stress. You're not absorbing your nutrients, the stress, and that leads to the depression, the anxiety. I noticed a huge difference, and I'm going to go into 5 steps, so I'll hold off a second, but we're going to be going into 5 easy steps to heal your gut. The 5th sign of a leaky gut or increased intestinal permeability is going to be cravings. So I see this a lot of the times with my clients that are, been on a lot of antibiotics in the past, or they have acid reflux, or their diet's high in just refined carbohydrates and sugar. And what happens is these microvilli, so I talked about you have your gut, your intestinal lining, you have your endothelial cells, then you have these little villi that look like fingers on them, okay? And these produce your enzymes. They also help with your gut microbiome, your good and bad bacteria. And when these are damaged, and we have the leaking through the tight junctions, then you're gonna have that imbalance, especially if you had a lot of antibiotics in the past, you could have the imbalance of the good and bad bacteria. If there's other pathogens, antigens in the body, or things due to improper diet, these also can trigger more imbalance of the good and bad bacteria. These imbalances can cause your body to have cravings, especially if you're eating, high sugar, high refined carb diet, and you're spiking your insulin levels constantly, and then you're having the stress and everything going on, and you're eating multiple meals throughout the day. It's all going to trigger cravings and balance of good and bad bacteria. Now I'm going to take you guys through 5 easy steps to improve your gut microbiome and improve your digestion and gut health. The first step to improve your gut microbiome and digestive health is going to be to get off of gluten, grains, processed oils, and sugars. So more of that refined carbohydrates, inflammatory diet, and go more toward a paleo anti-inflammatory diet that is going to be rich in these key vitamins and minerals that I'm going to go into right now. So what happens when we have things like gluten grains? Gluten has glyphosate in it, which what that does is it damages your intestinal lining. As we talked about, if you have the leaky gut going on and the damage to those gut microbiome and those little gut villi. The villi is what makes our digestive enzymes. We have our gut microbiome. And when these are damaged and we're not absorbing and assimilating our nutrients, we get deficiencies in things like our B vitamins, vitamin C, your amino acids and essential fatty acids, so our fats. And then let's face it, a lot of us are on low-fat diets or have gallbladder issues or no gallbladder, and we're not getting those fat-soluble to begin with. So nutrient deficiencies happen big time. So by getting off of grains, getting off of gluten, the processed oils and sugars, you're gonna be able to replenish good bacteria in the gut if you're focusing on a more of a whole foods, anti-inflammatory diet rich in those prebiotics, probiotics, and vitamins and minerals like our vitamin C, essential fatty acids, omega-3 rich fish, and so forth. If you guys want more information on top foods for digestive health, I have a whole playlist for you guys below titled Digestion, with everything from how to fix your digestive system, just bloating tips, food, what I eat, and so much more. Just check it out. My second step in terms of improving your digestive health and gut microbiome is going to be changing up the environment that you're eating. So you may have said it, okay? I've been to every doctor, I've tried every diet, low FODMAP, low sugar, keto, carnivore, all of it, and did every protocol, but I still have digestive issues. My big question for you, and this is what I see with my clients, is the mind-gut connection. As I talked about, our vagus nerve that has the veins going all the way down to our gut creates that mind-gut connection. You have 80% of your pathways going down, 20% going up. If you are eating, when you are in a state of stress, if you're working while you're eating, if you're running out the door, if you are having a day where you got into a fight with someone at work, all of that affects the meals that you're eating throughout the day. It puts your body in a state of fight or flight response, slows down digestion, you're gonna get gas, bloating, damages the gut microbiome. So my second step in terms of replenishing the good bacteria, getting your digestion on point, is going to be getting that vagus nerve stimulation down. So when it comes to eating, before your meal, if you guys have heard of 4-6 breathing, take 6 to 8 deep breaths, just 4 seconds in, hold for 6 seconds, and then 4 seconds slow exhale. That's a way to slow down your body, to get yourself out of that stress response and into more of our calm state of rest and relaxation. Or even just going on a walk, calming your body down before you have that meal. That way you're able to, being in that good state where your body's not just have all your blood rushing to your other organs instead of going to digestion, absorption, and assimilation, which is an underlying cause, guys, of leaky gut, and so many people just underestimate the effect that stress has on your body. My third easy step in terms of improving your gut microbiome and digestive health is going to be eating less meals. We all hear you need to eat 6 meals a day and have the small little spikes in insulin, and you need that to lose weight, or you need that for digestive, because if you eat too much in a meal, it's gonna sit in your stomach. Well, coming from a past of severe SIBO, H. pylori, having worked with all these clients and everything that I studied, what happens is you have this thing called the migrating motor complex. This is basically like the sweeper. It sweeps off that bad bacteria. If you have an underlying issue of gut dysbiosis, SIBO, what happens is that migrating motor complex may not be functioning properly. If you are snacking, if you're eating meals throughout the day, every time you put food in your mouth, guys, that triggers your body to stop that pathway. It takes a good hour and a half for it to start, which is why I do around 3 to 4 meals a day, and I keep my meals a good 3.5 to 4.5 hours apart, so that I can have that migrating motor complex, which is our street sweeper, kills off the bad bacteria, and that helps reset all of that gut microbiome that we talked about. My fourth tip in terms of improving your gut microbiome and improving your gut health is going to be incorporating probiotic-rich foods. Things such as kimchi, kefir, sauerkraut are some of my favorites. It has been shown that low gut microbiome diversity has been linked to things like obesity, depression, and that not only supplementing with a probiotic, and I will put the one below that I use, it's incredible. It's shelf stable too, so great if you travel. But getting those probiotics in, not just through your food, but also supplements, has been shown to lower the increase of obesity, help with the digestion, leaky gut, and even things like insulin resistance and obesity. So this is the deal. When it comes to fermented foods, if you have a lot of food sensitivities already, sometimes going right into a kimchi, a sauerkraut, can be too strong on your system. So I really suggest taking time to heal your gut. I will put my full video below that I did on my top 5 supplements, my whole protocol I did to heal the gut. And once you start healing the gut, healing that intestine, then you can start bringing in the probiotic-rich foods, and you won't have as much as a reaction if it's been a good amount of time to help. Because remember, if we have the leaky gut and the holes in the bloodstream, and if we have a big, gut dysbiosis issue, adding in probiotics can sometimes irritate it, kill off the bad bacteria, and then those toxins are going to be released into the bloodstream, and you can get more gas, bloating, and inflammation. So probiotics are great, just finding the right time to add them in. So definitely go check out my video. I hope it is helpful. My 5th step in terms of improving your gut microbiome and your digestive health is going to be, don't hang up, don't get off, it's sleep. So I know we say it all the time, guys, but your gut actually has its own circadian code. It heals, it recovers. I talked about stress, how stress affects your body, how that can lead to the leaky gut. Sleep, lack of sleep, is not allowing your body to go through all of those principles in terms of resetting the circadian rhythm, helping with the gut microbiome, but it also is keeping your body in a state of stress. Not in terms of healing and recovery, you're in that state of, sympathetic stress response. So like I said earlier with the vagus nerve, you could be doing every supplement, diet, everything right. But if your stress and your sleep, if they're not on point and that vagus nerve is stimulated, you're gonna feel like you're not healing. So really focus on getting your sleep and your stress down. Amazing book called their Circadian Code that I highly recommend. I just want to say that nobody's body is the same, guys. When it comes down to figuring out the underlying cause of your digestive issue or your health issue in general, it's always recommended go to the doctor, get testing done. With all my clients, when I go on our consult calls, I ask so many questions to figure out, what is going on here? What do we need to send out for? And what gut microbiome tests do we need so we can see the trigger? And then from there, it's about getting that personalized approach, focusing on, eliminating the things that are triggering it, starting to heal the gut through different nutrients, supporting the different organs in the body that may be lacking, as well as healing and starting to add in those probiotic-rich things to replenish the good bacteria. So it's like a protocol that takes time. It's not a one-step approach. And if you guys ever do need help, I will put all my information below. I would love to help you. Healing guts is like my passion, and people don't understand that. Some people come to me with severe depression, or they come to me with, I want to lose weight. And when I focus on their gut health and changing that, they lose, inches immediately, or tons of inflammation, water retention. They notice things like sleep getting better, their skin, and it's all because it is truly linked to the gut. So let me know below if you guys have any, easy steps that you guys tried before, or if you found anything triggers your skin issues or gut issues. I would love to know. And also, make sure that you guys subscribe. I got a new video coming out for you next Wednesday as I go live every single Monday doing a Q&A for you. I will see you guys on Monday, and I hope you have an incredible day.